Intro. Imagine if a single app could handle your entire digital life, sending emails, booking your meetings, generating invoices, building your CV, translating into African languages, planning your meals, managing your budget, clipping lengthy videos into viral shorts, adding voiceovers in Twi or Hausa, writing your scripts, and captioning every video you share, all effortlessly powered by artificial intelligence. Consider the convenience of having every one of these tasks managed from one place, streamlining both your personal and professional workflow. That platform is Aura OS, an AI operating system meticulously designed for Africa and the wider world.
Aura OS isn't just another productivity suite. It's a unified ecosystem rivaling Canva, Notion, Opus Clip, Invoice Ninja, and countless other tools. But with a key distinction: you don't need separate subscriptions, and there's no need to juggle multiple tabs or windows.
This session is not your typical product demo. Instead, it's a genuine live walkthrough. Every feature you're about to see will be demonstrated in real time using an actual account within a standard web browser. There's no staging, no camera tricks, and absolutely no pre-recorded footage. Today, I'll guide you through every feature, showcasing genuine, live results. Section 1. AI Chat, Email plus Calendar with Permission Cards. This is the feature that truly sets Aura OS apart from every AI tool you've ever encountered. And I want you to pay very close attention here, because what you are about to see is not merely an evolution, but a genuine leap forward. Let's think about the experience you've had with current AI assistants. Most of them output text, and that's where their responsibility ends. You might ask them to write something for you, a draft email, a note, perhaps even a report. But then you're the one left with the practical work, copying the draft you've been given, opening up Gmail, pasting it in, finding the right contacts, and sending it yourself. The AI has provided some assistance with thinking and generating ideas, perhaps, but when it comes to actually taking real action, you are completely on your own. This is what we call the execution gap. That space between what the AI generates and what actually happens in the real world. And it is precisely in this gap where Aura OS operates so differently. You see, most AI tools are designed to help you think faster. They accelerate your ideation or help you brainstorm, offering suggestions or content, but you remain the one who must do all the heavy lifting to turn that into real outcomes. Aura OS, by contrast, is engineered to help you act faster. And there's a genuinely significant difference. Thinking faster still means the work is left for you to do. Acting faster means the work is, quite simply, done. Let's see this in action. Within the AI chat, I type a completely ordinary message, the sort of natural instruction you might give a colleague in passing, not the rigid command you've come to expect from earlier generations of digital assistants. That's all. No convoluted formatting, no obscure syntax, and certainly no need to memorize special keywords. Just plain, conversational English. Now, watch just how different Aura OS really is. The AI doesn't just complete a draft and throw it back at you, as if to say, job done. Instead, it recognizes the request as a genuine email task. Using its contextual awareness, it pulls in the appropriate details, selects a suitable professional tone, structures the complete message from subject line through body to closing, ensuring clarity, correctness, and professionalism, all in a matter of seconds. Crucially, you haven't specified team members or suggested an appropriate tone or outlined what should be included in the message. The AI infers all this, drawing from your contacts, understanding your relationships, and even adopting the communication style you're accustomed to. It acts just as an intelligent human assistant would, filling in the logical gaps from your brief instruction. But now comes the key moment. Before anything is sent, the process pauses. On your screen appears something called a permission card. This card presents, in a clear and concise format, exactly what is about to occur: the recipient information, the subject line, and the entirety of the proposed email. Nothing is sent on your behalf until you make the decision to approve. This is a foundational trust layer, carefully designed into Aura OS. ensuring your data and actions always remain under your control. Take a moment to reflect on that. Technologically, we have reached the point where AI systems are capable of acting autonomously, sending messages, making reservations, placing orders. But the real question now is, do those systems proceed based on assumed consent, or do they stop and explicitly request your permission first?
Aura OS always seeks approval. Every action that matters to you, every step in your workflow that creates something or moves information, is surfaced for full review before it happens. And it's not just done for security, it's about real collaboration. If you spot a tone that doesn't quite fit, or wish to include a detail you'd forgotten, you have the ability to edit everything right on the card before giving your go-ahead. At no stage do you lose control. Once you are completely happy, simply click Approve. Instantly, the email is sent from your own connected Google account, landing in your recipient's inbox, recorded in your sent items, all without you ever needing to touch Gmail yourself. Alternatively, click Decline. Nothing is sent. The AI waits patiently for your next instruction, never making assumptions and never acting out of turn. This, fundamentally, is what responsible AI looks like. Not a system that acts in the shadows or makes decisions behind your back, but an assistant that functions with transparent intent, placing your authority and trust at the center of every operation. Let's explore the remarkable breadth of this capability with a second example: calendar integration. Picture the usual process for booking a meeting. Opening Google Calendar, finding the right date, filling out event details, inviting each attendee individually, and confirming each step. For a team meeting with multiple colleagues, you know this is a tedious, manual ritual. Again, just natural conversation. There's no need for a date picker, no need to fill out endless web forms. The AI recognizes the nature of your instruction. It accesses Google Calendar, scans your existing appointments to avoid clashes, and prepares an event complete with title, date, time, duration, attendees, and a clear, collated description. Yet again, Aura OS presents a permission card for your review. You see every facet of the proposed event: who will receive the invite, the time and duration, the description. Only once you approve will Aura OS create the meeting and send out the invitations, all seamlessly from your own account. Your colleagues receive the invite directly, without you ever touching Google Calendar. Consider what just transpired. You sent an email and scheduled a meeting. Actions that would have typically taken 5 or more minutes each, all from a single interface in plain language, and finished in less than half a minute. This isn't just shaving a few seconds from your workflow. This is a complete reinvention of how you engage with software. You articulate your intentions conversationally. Aura OS handles the orchestration, precision, and execution, always with your authorization. No app switching, no forms, no repetitive tasks. Scaled out across an entire working day. Every email, every meeting, every quick admin job that drags your attention between tabs or devices, all consolidated into one continuous, intuitive conversation. This is AI that executes, not merely assists. AI that truly delivers tangible productivity, not only changing how you manage your day, but what you're able to accomplish. And it doesn't stop here. Over time, Aura OS learns. It adapts to your preferred language, anticipates your common requests, recognizes your regular contacts, and aligns itself with your preferred way of working. It becomes, in effect, a seamless extension of your own intent. This is the future we were promised for AI. This is Aura OS. Section 2, Invoice Generator. Every freelancer and every small business owner knows this exact moment all too well. You've just finished the work. You've delivered precisely what the client requested. You should be celebrating or moving forward, but before you can get paid, you have to halt everything. Now comes the administrative slog. You open up a spreadsheet, or perhaps an online invoicing tool you barely recall how to navigate, and painstakingly fill out every field. You fuss over formatting, double-check numbers, export a PDF, and then, finally, send the invoice on its way. It's a draining process, and it steals valuable time from your business or creative work.
Aura OS has transformed this process entirely, reducing it to under a minute. The journey begins in the Invoice Generator. First, I enter the basics: my business name, my client's name, the invoice number, and the issue date. It's all there, structured simply. Next, I add my line items. For this demonstration, let's say I provide web design, content writing, and strategic consultation, 3 distinct services. I type each one in, set the quantities and rates, and Aura OS instantly calculates the subtotal, applies the relevant tax, and presents the final total, all automatically. There's no need to fumble with Excel formulas, worry about human error, or pull out a calculator. The numbers update live as I type. Total transparency, with no hidden surprises. Branding is just as effortless. I upload my business logo, and the invoice immediately takes on the look of a polished, professional document. It's no longer a generic PDF. It bears my colors, my brand, my identity. Even without a design background, my invoices look as if they were created by an experienced designer. Most crucially for African creators and businesses, currency is handled natively. I can invoice seamlessly in Nigerian Naira, Kenyan Shilling, Ghanaian Cedis, South African Rand, or any major global currency.
Unlike most invoice tools, which treat the US dollar as default and only awkwardly accommodate African currencies, Aura OS was built with African businesses at its core. Your market, your reality, front and center. After specifying payment terms, a due date, bank details, and writing a brief note to the client, all that's left is a single click. Generate invoice. In an instant, I have a clean, professionally designed, correctly formatted invoice, ready to download as a PDF or send directly. No extra subscriptions, no clunky word templates, no formatting errors, ever. A proper invoice, every time, in less than a minute. For those who've lost money to delayed invoicing or sent cringeworthy formats, this is the end of those problems. And for African freelancers who've been forced to invoice in dollars because their tools lack support for local currencies,
that changes now. Your currency, your market, your invoice, built by a platform that was designed for your reality from the very beginning. Section 3. CV Resume Builder. Searching for a job can be overwhelming at the best of times. Completing your CV shouldn't add to that pressure. It should help to lighten the load, not make it heavier. That's exactly where the Aura OS Resume Builder steps in. This tool takes your details and transforms them into a sleek, ATS-compatible document, quickly and easily. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. These are the automated programs that most companies use to screen and sort applications well before a hiring manager ever sees a single CV. If your CV is not designed to pass these filters, if it's missing the right formatting, keywords, or layout, it's likely to be rejected automatically, regardless of your strengths or suitability for the job. Aura OS understands how crucial this is. Each template has been crafted to meet the requirements of these filters, ensuring that what you submit not only makes it past the robots, but is also attractive and legible to actual human recruiters. The layouts are based on best practices for both machines and people.
Sections are arranged logically, fonts are kept clear and standardized, and details are easily scannable. The process starts with entering your own information: your name, up-to-date contact details, a compelling professional summary, then your work history, education, key skills, and any relevant certifications. As you fill in each field, a live preview window displays your CV just as it will appear in the final version. That means no surprises, a transparent, real-time view that makes it easy to tweak and perfect your document as you go. But what really sets Aura OS apart is its use of built-in AI. When you write up your responsibilities or achievements in plain, everyday language, perhaps something like managed our social media and helped the brand grow online, the AI instantly rewrites it as a powerful, polished bullet point. This transformation takes your accomplishments from generic to impressive, making sure the person reading your CV takes notice. Afterwards, it's simply a matter of choosing a template. A range of modern, professional styles tailored to creative, corporate, or technical industries
whichever fits your career goals best. When you're ready, the export is just one click. Your CV is downloaded as a perfectly formatted PDF, ready to be sent off. No more fiddling with Word, broken margins, or font mismatches. A seamless end result every time. In a job market as fiercely competitive as Africa's, where hundreds can apply for a single role, passing that initial automated filter is essential. Aura OS gives you that critical advantage, the chance to be seen. From there, it's your skills that shine, but first, we need to get noticed. Aura OS helps you open that door. Section 4. AI Scanner. How many times have you been handed a physical document, a receipt, a contract, a delivery note, and urgently needed that information in a digital format, right then and there? With the Aura OS AI Scanner, this common frustration melts away in a matter of seconds. Let me show you how simple it can be. I'm uploading an image of a document. This could be a photograph snapped on your phone, a scanned copy, or even a screenshot. Essentially, any visual representation of a printed page will do. The scanner begins by running sophisticated optical character recognition (OCR) technology, efficiently pulling all the text off the page. But it doesn't stop at mere transcription. Once the text is extracted, the AI steps in. It analyzes the content intelligently, recognizing the type of document you've uploaded, whether it's an invoice, a contract, or a delivery slip. The AI highlights the most pertinent details: names and addresses, dates, monetary values, contractual obligations, and deadlines. Here's where the real power shows. You can interrogate your document directly, and Aura OS instantly provides the answer. No searching required. And it locates the relevant clause, translating legal jargon into clear, plain English for you. This is the crucial difference between a traditional scanner and a genuinely intelligent one. Where one gives you a copy of the text, the other gives you understanding and actionable insight. For businesses inundated with paperwork, from stack after stack of invoices and contracts to delivery notes and ID documents, Aura OS streamlines operations dramatically. The hours you would spend leafing through documents are replaced by a few simple queries. Imagine the impact on a small business owner who cannot justify routine legal fees. They scan a new contract, consult Aura OS about key terms or unusual clauses, and receive accessible, accurate explanations. They're empowered to make informed decisions, quickly and independently. That's what real technological empowerment looks like. And with Aura OS, your documents remain entirely private, never stored on any server unless you choose to save them yourself. Section 5. Translator, African languages. Language has long stood as a barrier in the world of technology. Most major translation platforms manage Spanish, French, Mandarin, and Arabic with reasonable effectiveness. But when you request translation for Hausa, the accuracy and quality noticeably decline. Try Twi, Yoruba, Zulu, or Amharic, and the limitations become stark. For too long, African languages have existed on the periphery of technological innovation, relegated to afterthoughts rather than priorities in global tech development. That's precisely why Aura OS's Translator was developed, to address and correct this fundamental oversight. Let's demonstrate with something simple and genuinely useful. A sentence you might need translated in real life, whether for business, collaboration, or cross-market communication. The source language here is English. The target language? Hausa, spoken by over 70 million people across northern Nigeria, Niger, and several neighboring countries. Within moments, the translation appears swift and seamless. But what truly matters is its quality. This is not a rigid literal output that a native speaker might find odd or clunky. It's a nuanced, contextually sound translation, the sort of phrase a local professional would actually use in everyday communication. Now, let's switch to Yoruba, another widely spoken African language with over 40 million speakers spanning southwest Nigeria and the global diaspora. Instantly, the translation updates, providing equally natural and correct wording. Switch again, this time to Swahili, which is the most widely spoken Bantu language across Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and much of East Africa. Or select Twi, the language central to daily conversation for millions in Ghana. Or Zulu, South Africa's most widely spoken Ho language. With each new language, the translation engine responds with accurate, readable results, all in real time, without requiring any special subscription or add-on service. The process works both ways, too. If you receive a message in Yoruba and need to reply in English, simply paste the text, and you'll get a clear, native-sounding English translation instantly. For businesses working across African markets, NGOs reaching families in local communities, governments sharing vital public information, and diaspora communities staying connected to their roots, this tool breaks down significant linguistic barriers.
Aura OS didn't add this function purely for appearances.
It built this capability because African languages deserve first-class representation in technology. Not as an afterthought, not stuck in beta, but as a fully integrated, top-tier feature. 4 billion people and thousands of vibrant languages. Historically, technology has prioritized only a select few deemed commercially practical. Aura OS rejected that status quo, building a platform where every language is welcomed and supported.
Section 6. Meal Planner. This particular feature might seem unexpected on an AI productivity platform, but when you pause to consider the ongoing friction food decisions create throughout your week, it becomes entirely logical.
Each of us spends an astonishing amount of time debating what to eat, what groceries to buy, what to cook tonight, versus what to prepare ahead on Sunday. These decisions are deceptively small, yet relentlessly persistent, compounding into literally hours lost each week. Hours that could be reallocated to pursuits that genuinely enrich your life, work, or relationships. The Aura OS Meal Planner is designed to eliminate this friction at its root.
Imagine describing your food preferences in natural terms, just as you might to a close friend who's helping you organize your week's meals.
In response, the AI instantly generates a comprehensive 7-day meal plan, including breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snacks. Critically, each recommendation is practical and grounded in reality. These are not unattainable recipes demanding exotic or rare ingredients.
Instead, the focus is on real food, centered around what's genuinely available in your local shops or market. Beneath the plan sits an automatically constructed shopping list, grouped intuitively by category: fresh produce, proteins, pantry staples, grains, and more.
This level of organization streamlines your shopping trip and minimizes wasted time and impulse purchases.
If one meal doesn't appeal, you can effortlessly swap it for another,
or regenerate just a single day's plan. The entire week adjusts smoothly, without resetting everything. Nutritional balance is thoughtfully maintained throughout. The AI isn't simply slotting in meals at random. It is meticulously considering protein intake, dietary variety, and your budget simultaneously, ensuring that your needs and goals are met.
For anyone striving to eat better, save money, and break free from last-minute dinner decisions, this is a quietly transformative tool that genuinely elevates your daily life. It requires very little from you,
yet gives back hours, certainty, and ultimately, peace of mind. Food represents one of the largest and least planned household expenses. Most people overspend simply because choices made when tired or hungry are rarely wise. By making these decisions once, at the start of the week, with clarity, you fundamentally change the economics of home cooking. And with Aura OS, that shift takes just minutes, not hours, to achieve. Section 7. Budget Tracker. Financial clarity stands as one of the most empowering gifts you can give yourself. While most people believe they have a general idea about their spending habits, relying on a rough sense is often the root of the problem.
The small amounts that seem insignificant on their own, the odd coffee, that extra ride, a monthly subscription you've forgotten, these easily slip by unnoticed, but cumulatively, they can add up to thousands of pounds over the course of a year. The Aura OS Budget Tracker is designed to bring all of this hidden spending to light
and make your financial life transparent. I begin by entering every source of income I have: my main salary, any freelance payments, rental income, and even irregular sources such as bonuses or gifts. Then I record all my expenditures, including rent, groceries, commuting costs, utility bills, mobile data, streaming subscriptions, and more. Nothing is too small or too irregular to include. What sets Aura OS apart is its smart categorization of every expense. There's no need for me to painstakingly put things into folders. The tracker analyzes each transaction's description and assigns it to the right category automatically, instantly keeping things orderly and easy to understand. On the right side of the interface, a clear visual dashboard appears. Customizable charts display exactly where your funds are flowing, how much you have spent versus what you have earned this month, and which spending categories are on track or approaching their limits. I can set spending limits for each category. For instance, if I want to limit my food expenses this month, I simply set a cap. The tracker notifies me as I near that threshold, and again, should I exceed it, ensuring I stay aware and in control. Multiple currencies are supported seamlessly: pounds, dollars, Naira, Cedis, Shillings, Rand. Whatever currency matches your lifestyle, Aura OS accommodates it effortlessly. With time, insightful spending patterns emerge. You become aware of precisely where your money vanishes. Unused subscriptions, trickling delivery fees, categories that always seem to run over. This awareness alone often leads to better decisions. And with Aura OS, you get clear, straightforward feedback, no accounting degree needed. Even those with the least time or patience for budgeting will find Aura OS approachable. It's intuitive enough to master in minutes, yet robust enough to keep you coming back. Simple to start and powerful enough to make a real difference. Section 8. Contract templates. Contracts are absolutely essential in professional life. Non-negotiable, in fact. Yet most people either avoid them altogether, taking unnecessary risks, or end up paying solicitors for every simple agreement. For many freelancers and small businesses, those legal fees are simply untenable, making contract protection seem out of reach. Aura OS contract templates bridges this troubling gap with an innovative solution. I now have access to an extensive library of contracts, all professionally drafted by legal experts. Whether I require freelance service agreements, non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, retainer agreements, partnership contracts, detailed scope of work documents, or even employment offer letters, the templates are already prepared for me. Let's focus on the freelance service agreement, the cornerstone contract every independent professional should have, yet few possess a reliable or up-to-date version of. When I select this agreement, the template opens fully populated with carefully worded industry standard clauses. Everything you expect is included: scope of work, payment terms and schedule, revision policies, rules around intellectual property ownership, confidentiality obligations, termination conditions, and clear paths for dispute resolution if things ever don't go to plan. I simply enter my details and my client's details. If a clause needs to be tailored, the integrated AI guides me in customizing the language as needed, ensuring I preserve the contract's robust legal framework throughout. If I find myself confused by a legal term or clause, I can ask directly within the interface, and Aura OS provides a simple, clear explanation in plain English, ensuring I always understand what I'm agreeing to. Once satisfied, I download the contract as a polished PDF. It's thoroughly professional, properly structured, and immediately ready for signature. No delays, no ambiguity. For freelancers across Africa, many of whom have relied on verbal agreements and trust only to be let down, this offers the protection they deserve, minus the intimidating legal bill. Having a contract in place does not imply distrust. It's about clarity, defining the scope, payment schedule, and what happens if anything changes. Written agreements protect both parties and preempt misunderstandings before they escalate into disputes. Aura OS empowers independent professionals with contracts that are expertly drafted, legally sound, and always explained in language you can understand. This isn't a tool reserved for big city law firms. It's for every freelancer who's ever been underpaid, overworked, or left vulnerable to lack of something in writing. Every essential tool seamlessly connected. An AI chat that not only answers questions but executes tasks, from sending emails to booking meetings, always with your permission.
including a smart invoice generator, resume builder, and advanced AI scanner. Plus, an accurate African language translator, flexible meal planner, budget tracker, and ready-to-use contract templates. Enjoy a media studio with Short Clipper, African language voiceovers, script creators, dynamic captions, music mixer, audio enhancer, and more. Also, Kanban boards, flashcards, mind maps, habit tracker, fast transcription, QR code generator, presentations, and growing weekly. Built in Africa, for the world. UK. No downloads, installation, or credit card needed.